Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 136 of Millennial Movie Talk.
Oh, wow, you did that so well. Did you really know that off the top of your head?
It's pretty smart, eh? I'm pretty good.
Look at him go.
Look at me go.
This is definitely the first time.
This is
we've done
definitely, we
this intro.
definitely did not have a false take.
May not have been my fault.
It's not Michael's fault.
Definitely not
We all
Michael's
share
fault.
accountability here. Except for when things are Steph's problem, then that's
All
all
Steph.
on her.
That's all my problem.
How are we? I mean, I guess you already know I'm here with Steph and Michael over on the couch there. Hi, Michael.
How are we doing?
Like I said, we are working with Skeleton Crew.
We got the skeleton
We
crew.
are.
Actually, I'd argue skeleton crew would be two people.
Two people at this point.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Or a one-on-one in front of the camera. Cute little DM. Have you seen those people who do solo podcasts? I couldn't do it.
Oh, that's like, oh no, she has guests on now. That's true. She's done
Because
like,
I mean,
Abby
like, you just be
Chatfield.
sharing. You might as well like make a YouTube, just like
I
a.
couldn't do it.
It's like vlogging, really. Like,
just-
could you call a podcast like? Is it just you recording your voice, just like voicing your thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a giant running monologue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A stream of consciousness type
I
thing.
can never do it. I mean, there's a few times for this where I've had to do one-only reviews. If like
And you like watched like Godzilla versus Kong by yourself.
yeah, but that's different because I got something that's going that I
On,
can
yeah.
talk about. But like when I had to review the worst one, I think, and it's probably the worst review or content piece I have. I had to do the Hustle review, that
Oh.
the Anne Hathaway
Yeah.
Rebel Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
film.
yeah.
I had to do that by myself because my sister came with me to the screening. So that was just a one-on-one.
Couldn't con her into doing the review.
God, the movie sucked. Also,
So it was also like you didn't have like good
I had no
things to talk
motivation. It was just me, and it probably shows. But yeah, unlike our show now, where we're great and we're top of the tier podcast making.
God
here,
tier
aren't we?
podcast.
How are we all?
about. Yeah, good.
I'm doing all right, thanks. I thought we were getting invaded just then. I don't know if that plane's going to be picked up.
Oh,
on
yeah,
microphone,
no.
But
It's
No, the amount of times we've mentioned plane flying over in the show, and every week Brayden comes back, he's like, I didn't hear it.
You know what? You do hear it because I used to be the person editing the videos. You hear it.
You hear it?
You hear it.
Brayden, you lied.
I've always wondered what it'd be like. Braden's in a great opportunity. He's been in an he's going to have an opportunity this week that I've always wanted, where to edit a show you're not on,
Yeah.
because it would become immediately more interesting.
Yeah.
Because
you already haven't sat through the
Yeah. 'Cause
Because
conversation.
you're so bored
Yeah.
when you're editing. It doesn't speak loud words for our show, does it?
you really have to listen
No, but I
to.
feel-
When you're editing, do you really have to listen to the entire show in its entirety?
Yeah, you do.
Without you can't.
Yeah,
like,
you it's
1.5
you just
speed.
you watch it back and you you have to live switch, and so you have to, and like sometimes you actually have to go back just to get something, like something will happen because you don't remember. Sometimes you get to editing show on a Thursday and you record it on a Tuesday night, and,
Yeah, okay.
and you don't remember. If you're fresh off a Tuesday, I've done edits fresh off a Tuesday night immediately more. They're the better edits.
Yeah.
Because I'm
you're
fresh.
in your
I know,
head, yeah.
Like I know I said this, and then I know Steph said this, and Michael said this, and then I'm ready to cut.
It was like in the middle of this chat.
But
and
if there's
stuff,
if there's a big chunk, then I'm just like, oh, Michael's talking. Fuck switch. Fuck.
Yeah.
Too late. I have to go back. All right, and then go.
No
Definitely.
thanks. That's why I remain ignorant on how to operate cameras and technology equipment.
Someone
and-
doesn't want to learn.
That's right.
Michael, how are you?
Yeah, good.
That's good. Steph, how are you?
I'm good.
We've done this, but
We have
nice
done
to
that.
do it again.
We've got classic call out to start with, right?
We do.
Do you know the buttons, Michael? Good job.
I thought it'd be funny if
None of
no
us
one
are
was
gonna-
to do
going.
it.
None of us. Yeah, none of us are going to
No
say.
no one's here. That's what happens when Braden's not here.
Braden and
Pull
Christian,
back.
they're the two that do it, aren't they?
No, Braden and I do it.
Oh,
He's just
Oh.
dropped the ball the past few weeks.
I've dropped the ball for the past 4 weeks.
I see.
I like how you know
The last
exactly how
month.
long it's been too.
Not good. Especially the week where I didn't watch the film.
Yeah. So
yeah.
this week it was I think the most modern classic film that we were doing. It came
Yes.
out in the year
This
2000.
is a classic, right? I didn't fuck up by putting this on the list.
I
did
mean, I feel like
I hear a lot
classic
about
is a
it.
relative term.
I've definitely and like every time, like when I was younger, and you watch like
Tiny
a
Dancer scene?
the Watch Mojo list, the Tiny Dancer scene always pops
Everywhere. You've seen that scene.
up. I've seen
Yeah.
that scene.
Um,
I always thought that scene was a lot later in the movie than it was.
Yeah.
I thought that was like the round off of the movie.
Okay. The biggest shock of this movie. Can I please just start off because it is in the opening scene.
yeah.
Did anybody know that Alvin and the Chipmunks was a thing
Yes.
before the movie?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When I heard Alvin and the Chipmunks come on in the background, I was like, what year did this movie come
I
out?
very much just sang along to the Alvin and Chipmunks because I knew
Did
exactly.
you not know they were like a radio? And
It was like a-
No,
it was like
I
a
thought
very
they
big
came
thing.
in around the same era as like Crazy Frog in
No.
early
No.
2000s,
No.
and that's
No.
why they were so
no.
popular.
They came in that era. They came back in obviously with the movies coming out and people just being able to very easily just like swap up the pitch of songs. Like just in a
Yeah.
very basic editor.
I had no idea.
No, it was a genuine.
I
It was a
didn't
genuine
realize that they
thing.
were such a phenomenon before the movie with Jason Lee, who was also in this movie.
Yeah, love Jason.
Oh yeah.
So anyway,
So what's this film about? It's about
it's about a journalist,
about a
15-year-old.
15-year-old
15-year-old journalist who's out of high school. No, he's coming out of high school because he's
he kind of like
graduating.
skipped 2 years.
He skipped a couple years, and he's been offered the chance to interview with like an up and coming band, Stillwater, for Rolling Stone magazine, which is like a huge.
It's a very big rock
huge
magazine,
deal.
yeah.
And it's a
especially
huge
back,
deal.
especially back then.
It's like
And
if
it's in the
we, it's like
70s.
if we interviewed someone for Empire, it'd be pretty big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's set in the 70s, so like the high. Well, I guess they're saying that rock and roll is dying. They say that a lot in the film.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, for us looking back on it, it's like the peak. Oh, it's maybe rock.
Yeah, but I
maybe
guess
I'm confusing my rock with my rock
they
and
would
roll.
look back at like at that point. You probably look back at like the previous decade or two and be like, well, that was rock and roll. Like
That's rock and roll.
or like a lot younger. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
it's like I
We
feel
get
like
it.
it's like you jumping back and looking at, I don't know, us looking at like. The
It's like
80s.
saying
It's
kids
oh,
these days, and then you go forward. And,
music was just better back then. Like
Yeah.
it's just like you're reminiscing at that point. Like
that's right. So they say that rock and roll's dying, but to us, it's like this is the peak of rock and roll.
love rock
but,
and roll.
You know, that's what the movie's about, and it's really like it doesn't have a plot per se. It's just him following this band on their concert tour and
him
like
just trying
forming
to get
relationships.
he's just trying to get an
He wants his
interview.
story.
Trying to get his foot in the door.
He wants his story, but yeah, he's like learning a lot about the band and the harsh truths that come with that,
Yeah.
and the girl Penny Lane, is her
Lane.
name? Yeah. So yeah, that's what the movie's about.
Did you laugh? This is a Steph-centric question here. Where he did acid. He was standing on top, like jumping the pool, and he called himself the Golden God.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
All
Dennis
I
Reynolds.
Thought, all I thought was just Dennis.
Dennis Reynolds, the Golden God. I wonder if that's what inspired it.
Who knows?
I did have to laugh in that exact scene. He's like, these are my final words. I did drugs.
What did you think of the movie, Michael?
I quite enjoyed it. Like,
I had fun. Yeah.
I had fun. Like, I don't think it blew me away like some of the other movies we've watched. Like, I didn't sit there and I was like, oh, this is like awesome. Like, I feel like you've sort of seen it before, but it was done in a really good way.
Yes.
It had a
Yeah.
It's got a 90 Metascore.
Yeah,
I-
it's quite high on like
People love it.
I really enjoyed it. I think I'm sitting on a 4 out
Yes,
of 5.
I've been-
I'd say 4.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this cast, it came out in the year 2000. So this is before a lot of what like these people
Jay
had gone on
Baruchel.
for stardom. Jay
Dude,
Baruchel.
a little Jay Baruchel.
That
Right?
threw me for a loop. Like I heard the voice, I was like, "Huh." That sort of sounds like a high-pitched version of something I know, and then it's like, "Oh, hello."
This
Jay.
cast, it's an ensemble cast, but I guess they didn't know it at the time because these
Except for
people
the main
were still
guy.
starting out.
Yeah, except
He,
the little
he
kid.
was the cop in Gone Girl. He played one of
Was
the
he?
cops. Yeah, he played one of the
dear.
cops in Gone Girl.
Is that it? Is that his big break now?
Probably.
So yeah, the cast, we're talking Kate Hudson, Billy Crudup, who can I just say could get it in the year 2000 in that 70s
He can
getup.
still get it.
Yeah.
He can still get it. Yeah, Patrick Fugit, he's the main guy, but he's probably the one that none of us know now. Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah, Zoe
was
is his
young.
sister.
Jason
she can't
Lee,
act.
Jimmy
Sorry, she's the
Fallon.
worst actor in this film.
Yeah, she
Her
was-
at the start, like
I thought her when she's talking to him at the airport at the end.
Yeah.
like, I thought she was pretty like.
But like even
Rough there.
like when she's just like when she's leaving and like automatically she's got all the rollers in her hair. I'm just like, you're really gonna drive like that?
Yeah.
But like she's like, just look under your bed. I met straight away just from the tone of her voice made it sound like there was porno mags under it, not albums.
she's got like a dreamy type voice.
Yeah.
We've got Jason Lee, Jimmy Fallon, Anna Paquin,
We got My Name's Earl.
Yeah, Anna Paquin, Rogue from X-Men.
Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Late.
Frances McDormand, Rainn Wilson, Jay Baruchel. I was going to say Jane Baruchel. Eric Stonestreet, like I said.
Who did he play?
He was Sheldon the desk.
Sheldon the Desk. He played a good desk.
I think he was the guy. I think he's at the hotel like a concierge.
Okay.
Maybe I could be wrong, but more or less.
But
like,
also on the topic of, we said Zoe Deschanel couldn't really act in this one.
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon though.
Jimmy Fallon can act. And that shocked. That threw me for a loop.
But like he just walks in, he's got like the real flat hair, like
'Cause you
combed
see his
down.
name
I'm
in
like,
the
I really
credits.
like the aesthetic of the film, from like the costumes and the soundtrack and just the style. That, like
You saw his name in the credits, and it threw me for a loop. I went,
you had no idea.
Jimmy Fallon?
So yeah, what is there to say about this movie? I
It's
think
good.
as far I
I think
agree
it
with
just-
you.
Kate Hudson's very good.
It wasn't
Yeah.
breaking any ground.
No.
It's semi-autobiographical based on the novel that was written by a journalist for Rolling Stone. So, but the band is fictional. So,
Yeah.
it's set kind of in reality, kind of not. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think it broke any ground, but I thought it was really, really enjoyable for the most part. I just really liked it.
I had a good time with it.
But as far as classic, I mean,
It's pushing it.
it's pushing it, but we liked it. I mean, it's
but, like,
better
if-
than The Bodyguard.
I feel like it's also like, when a
fuck is
movie's
that?
like sort of,
Someone having a rave?
What is
Oh,
that?
hello. I didn't notice it until like it was like real silent. And then
I
was
can
like,
feel it in the
Did you hear
headphones.
It sounded like white noise for a second. Then like I hear the doof doof. But I feel like when you see the one scene of a movie posted everywhere, and like
think you
it's
consider
very
it classic?
iconic. I think it then becomes sort of like a bit more.
It'd be
of a-
Interesting that you say that because
Take a
I'd never
poll.
seen that
Really?
Tiny Dancers.
Well, you
scene.
don't-
like I said,
Yeah, live on
I
YouTube.
thought like just it like not knowing the context of the rest of the movie or anything. I hella thought that was like right near the end because like because like I see every time I've seen it, you see it sort of from the start when they're sitting there really silent, no one's talking, and it's sort of like they've just had their big fight. They're like they're all getting
Characters are at the lowest points.
yeah. This is the Empire Strikes
Back
Back.
of Almost Famous.
And like I was like, this is the uplifting moment where they all realize that it's not all bad or whatever. And then saw the end of the movie. This was like halfway.
Yeah. Did you guys feel like emotional? Did you have a favorite character? Because I mean, I really liked Russell. He was my favorite. That was.
I
Billy
think
Crudup.
I think a lot of the
Jason Lee. Go along.
Jason
you gotta
Lee
love
was
Jason
good.
Lee, but like I think a lot of it is focused on Russell because that's who Will is trying to get his interview from. So I think you spend a lot of time with him, and obviously you have like the party where he's on the acid just after having a fight with Jason Lee's character. It's like I think you spend a lot of the bit more emotional.
I liked the
time
character
with
growth
him.
of Frances McDormand's character as well. Like she went from being
It took me a
super
minute to figure out that's who it
protective.
was. I was like, I recognize that face. Who is
It's
it?
the voice as well. You can tell that voice. But yeah, and
Right,
she
so-
goes from that to becoming more accepting as a mother when she was really quite conservative. Yeah, so I really liked it. I think I would put it. I give it a 4. But I think I enjoyed it more than like Once Upon a Time in the West, for instance.
Yeah, I kind of rate it. At the moment, I've got it sitting in between. It's above Scarface, but below Network.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Once Upon a Time in the West, I have to do a bunch of like restructuring in my list because Once Upon a Time in the West, I think is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. But I enjoyed watching
still
Almost
need to
Famous
watch it,
more.
eh?
There's
Yeah.
more rewatchability for Almost
I'm
Famous.
gonna have a look at my list.
Rewatchability is a
quickly.
big thing. Like at the moment, I've still got Taxi Driver as number 1.
Yeah,
don't
me
I
too.
too have Taxi Driver at number 1.
and then I've got
have,
Dances with Wolves at
I have
number 2.
I have Strangers on a Train at number 1. But that movie I cannot explain for reasons above me.
Hey, some movies hit different for other people.
But
I got Midnight Cowboys number
I
2.
definitely have Dances with Wolves. 3.
I got
Shit,
Dances
you've
with
got
Wolves.
Almost Famous high.
Well, yeah, I'm like I said, restructuring
Above
is in
Cape
order.
Fear.
Restructuring
I put
is
Cape Fear
in
4th.
order.
Cape Fear's 4 for me as well.
I was going to say that
Where's
Cape Fear is
Scarface
the
on
one
your
that I was
list?
tossing up with.
Scarface is... It's easier for me to say this. It's bottom, The Bodyguard.
Yes.
Then Dog Day Afternoon.
Or do you have like numbers on
Dog Day
yours?
Afternoon is your second to last. That's
Oh,
my
you
third
have
to
have
last.
numbers. I think it's 10th on mine.
Yeah. I'm probably putting it... I've got Scarface 8th and American Graffiti at 9. And I don't know whether I'm going to put it above American Graffiti. I'll probably put it above American Graffiti under Scarface.
I've got Graffiti at 7, just after Midnight Cowboy, but before Goonies.
I think I'm going to put Almost Famous maybe above Strangers on a Train, but before Cape Fear. I don't know. I really liked it. I really liked the
I think
70s
I like
style.
Network better. I think I enjoyed Network
Network
better.
was the first one we watched.
I
It's so
think-
hazy now in my
yeah,
mind.
I think if I was to properly like really seriously judge this, I'd have to go back and like watch,
Yeah.
especially Network, because that was like I think if
Feels
I
like so long ago since we did.
but it's
Network.
also like that one
Black
like
and white. It wasn't black and
no,
white.
it wasn't
Why
black
do I
and
think
white.
it's black and white?
But like that one like really didn't get me because the whole time like if you listen to it back then, I was really like out of it when it came to like the whole acting and like the movie and stuff, just like because how old it was. But I think now
so
after
you
watching
kind
a
of
lot
be
of
desensitized to
Yeah.
the older
I think it
style.
took-
Trained yourself.
I had
Yeah.
to train myself a
You've
bit.
learnt, little one.
Yeah, it might be good to rewatch it then.
So yeah, like I think 4 around. Is that
Four's all round?
Consensus.
Four's all round.
Popular.
Good movie.
Good movie.
We're
well,
gonna spin the wheel.
He doesn't have it.
We
Yeah.
are gonna spin the wheel.
We're gonna spin the wheel.
I'm still waiting for my one that I'm just dying to watch.
Psycho.
Which one is that?
Psycho.
Oh, for
We've
I
really
don't
just
care. I
stopped-
could really like take it or leave it with that one.
We've really just stopped trying to not spoil the ones on there now. Because even I just went Psycho. Yeah, Psycho.
Yeah.
I don't know half of what's on there. How many more movies are on there?
We added a whole bunch, so
Yeah,
I don't
there's-
think we're running out anytime soon.
There's a bit. Hang on, fucking.
What is that list?
It's just the random one pops up.
Oh, we like to do things. We don't.
We like to do
We
things.
like
like
to do things.
things
No
here.
movie talk. We like to do things.
I'm not good at filling in. This
Also
is why we
now,
need-
also Michael, next time you get up, just move that light closer.
That one closer? Yeah.
No movie talk.
We do things.
We do things. We like to do things.
All right, let's talk about the Golden
I got the
Globe
wheel.
nominations.
I got the
We-
wheel.
Oh, you got the
Oh,
wheel.
here we go. So,
Just let me check that Almost Famous is gone. No, it's still here. I'm gonna get rid of that.
We will talk about the Golden Globe nominations
We'll
in
try.
a moment. as
Oh,
soon
and Kate
as-
Fear's also here. We do
That's
things.
messing up the whole wheel.
Welcome to the Millennium Movie Talk.
We do things.
We do things.
Sometimes not great,
We're
but
the
we
wheel
do
spinning,
things.
guys.
Often not
I
great.
spin that wheel.
Did Michael will it into existence?
Did
Did
I?
Michael will it into existence?
No, I did not.
No, you did not. You're close. You're one off. You're doing this is Spinal Tap.
I've
next
never
week.
Okay.
seen this.
Okay, you know
Yeah,
what?
None of us
Yeah,
have.
that's-
Sorry.
I'm also very okay with that
Steph
because
describes the actual.
I've heard some of the music from this. I'm quite keen to watch it.
It's a mockumentary, and I love a good mockumentary.
I love
We
a
know
good-
what all you do.
This is the one that I will always confuse with Beetlejuice.
And I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Tell me why. Hey,
Nothing.
nothing.
Anyway. So this is Spinal
Now
Tap.
number 5.
That's very exciting. I'm excited to see that. Let's talk now. Golden Globes. Golden Globes.
Sorry, Michael just dabbed.
The nominations came out this morning, was it, Alex?
Yep.
And Snoop
12:30.
Dogg, the one and only Snoop Dogg,
Snoop Dizzle.
was the one who announced them all, apparently.
Oh,
I want to look up why we shouldn't be talking about the Hollywood Foreign Press.
That's what I want to know
They're
too.
a bit of a yikes at the moment.
Why are they yikes?
anyway, keep going, Steph.
Oh, diversity issues within the Hollywood Foreign Press Association.
That might be it.
Yeah, so
Is
it
that
just
the
says
yikes?
multiple media partners, including NBC, that has previously aired the Golden Globes, have opted not to participate publicly within the ceremony this year because of diversity issues within the Hollywood Foreign Press Association.
Oh yeah, not in like the nominations.
But in the people,
The people
themselves.
who are nominating.
Voting, yeah.
The
voting.
Hollywood Foreign Press is white.
White old man.
Interesting. They've got foreign in the title, but clearly that just is a facade, a smoke show. So, all right. Apparently, standouts. Power of the Dog, the movie that you were talking about last week.
Go
Apparently, that's
Benedict.
like leading in nominations as well.
Watch Power of the Dog. You can watch it on Netflix.
I do want to watch it. Apart from that, like other ones, we have Steve Martin Short, all both nominated for Only Murders in the Building.
Bit of fun.
Cool.
What else have we got? We have
Skim across the notable ones, I guess.
I was gonna say Lee Jung Jae for Squid Game.
Why are you on
Who-
TV?
Is the
Melon
Golden
Movie
Globes
Talk.
not TV?
No, Golden Globes film.
What am I thinking of? The Emmys.
Are you on the Emmys?
Am I on a movie podcast or what? You can take charge of that.
Melon Movie Talk. Normally TV Talk.
I like how you mentioned power.
Yeah.
the-
Well, I was just going to cover everything. I feel like we're kind of like a Venn diagram.
All right, so noticeable shit for film. We'll quickly throw out Ted Lasso. Got a few noms. We love Ted Lasso.
And Squid Game.
And Squid. Yep. And Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
Yes.
We forgot the MMT Awards. Before we talk
We'll
about
do that.
these-
We'll get to it. Just
All right.
calm down.
I'm
Don't
excited.
jump the
I'm
gun.
excited.
God, where am I? All right. All right. So, noticeable ones. You've got Don't Look Up being nominated for Best Motion Picture. We'll talk about that after.
we'll talk about that.
Musical comedy, though, as well. Tick, Tick, Boom and West Side Story.
When is West Side Story coming out here?
Boxing Day.
Okay, I can wait. That's exciting.
I want to see that too. Apparently, it's amazing. Drama, Best Motion Picture. You got stuff like King Richard, Power of the Dog in June. Foreign language. I don't know any of these. Sorry. So I'm going to skip them. Don't Look Up for a screenplay. Very good. We like that. Best Original Song, which is sad because
It's not.
not
Ariana
Don't
Ariana
Look Up's
Grande.
not up there.
No,
But
Ariana
you got
Grande.
stuff from like No Time to Die. She got nominated for that.
Now, is it Encanto or Ensanto? I think it's
everyone I
Encanto.
know has been calling it Encanto or
Encanto.
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 I have never heard Ensanto.
Yeah, I haven't heard that
I
one.
don't know. I'm just
But it's also South American,
yeah.
so I'm not too sure how that
Well,
pronounced.
Spanish
Ben
people
Affleck?
pronounce this. Yeah, that's.
Ben Affleck got nominated for Best Supporting Role, but it wasn't. I've never heard of The Tender Bar.
What the fuck is it?
You got nominated-
Is this just him doing like, because like he did the bust like the way back,
Yeah.
and like is he just doing like really like low?
He can afford to.
I saw that. I just saw that, then I went. I was waiting to see The Last Duel. Then I would have got so excited.
He deserves to be nominated
Last
for the
Duel
last
got nominated for nothing.
Really?
Yeah, nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, this is all.
Anything
pretty
else?
stuff.
Any other noticeable snubs that you can think of just based on that, apart from Ariana Grande and The Last Duel? Luca,
not-
how'd Luca go?
Luca got nominated for Best Animated, along with Encanto and Raya.
Dune, how's Dune looking?
Dune only got director and, from the looks of this, Best Picture and Director.
And French Dispatch?
Nothing.
Nothing. They love Wes. The awards
Because
love
it wasn't
Wes.
good.
It was good. I've seen it.
I am very.
Oh,
interested to
sorry,
hear
Best
some-
Original Score. There you go.
I'm very
I like the
interested to
score.
hear because you didn't rate it very.
Wait, have you seen the French Dispatch?
Yeah, I saw it.
When did you watch it?
I saw it the other day.
I know.
gave
I
it
saw you'd seen
two and a
it,
half out of 5.
and
2.5
Steph had
out of
seen it.
5.
I'm
Well,
very-
we won't get into it too much. I'll let you talk about it because Yeah, I just like I said, I thought was it the first one. The first one was amazing, and the other two were just kind of pooey.
The first one was very, very good. Second one, I was too distracted by Timothy.
That is your problem.
To
'Cause
see
it wasn't very
what
good.
was going
Is
on.
this different stories?
Three different stories. It's kind of
Okay.
pooey. I don't remember
yeah.
a lot of it.
I liked the third
Give us
one.
a quick rundown.
Go.
It's about the editor of a newspaper, which is published in France for American expats, has died. And basically, as his kind of like eulogy or the final edition, because he said upon his death, the newspaper will be abolished. They print 3 separate stories that are meant to like just showcase the sort of things that they would publish in their newspaper typically. So it's basically, it's very quirky. It's very Wes Anderson, very much like
It's
stylistically.
It's style over substance.
Yeah. Okay.
I really liked the stories though. I found it really fun because I feel like most of Wes's stories, they're not super deep. I mean, even Grand Budapest Hotel isn't that deep of a storyline. You know what I mean? Isle
Yeah,
of Dogs is
I haven't
maybe what
seen-
most, or Royal Tenenbaums is probably great with like the real connections and the family
I haven't
ties.
seen. I need to see Grand Hotel.
Grand Hotel's good.
I really need to watch it.
That's
It's
my
it's on
favorite Wes
list.
film. That's my favorite one.
I really liked Isle of Dogs.
Isle of
but I
Dogs,
think
fantastic.
that's
Royal
the-
Tenenbaums, fantastic.
I haven't seen
the
any.
Darjeeling Limited, fantastic.
Darjeeling is great. I haven't seen Life Aquatic, but I really love Wes's
I
style.
haven't seen Bottle
I
Rocket,
love
I
it.
haven't seen Rushmore, I haven't seen Life Aquatic.
Yeah,
I
I've seen
think-
quite a, yeah.
I think it's just beautiful, and I think all the acting is great, and I love the quirkiness of it. And even though the story isn't as like thought out or fleshed out as other Wes films or other films in general, I found it a delight to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I thought of the movie.
Sorry, other Wes films. Like,
Other Wes films.
And I'm guessing you just
I just
didn't get
wasn't
into it
for
as
me.
much.
Oh well,
I like his other films. I just
Yeah.
thought that this one suffered from the 3 separate stories. Like I said, especially when you lead off with the first one, which is like when the first one's the best one, then
Yeah.
the other 2 kind of feel stale and boring after that.
I also think that I didn't feel. Did you feel the length? Because I didn't feel the length at all.
How long was it again?
It's what? Let me check. I feel like it was.
I
2
did check
hours.
my watch because I was the only one in the cinema.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
There were a few people in the cinema when I went. Hour 48. It felt really quick to me.
Hour 48 movies, they don't tend to feel that long.
Oh, well, anyway. I really liked it.
Yeah.
And it didn't get nominated for anything, which is sad
Best
for
score.
me. Best score, which is
Don't Look
very good
Up,
score.
best score though too. What a score.
Oh, the score for Don't Look Up. Actually, I would say the score for Don't Look Up is better than the
So
score for French Dispatch.
It's
but
so good.
should we talk about that or use this award segue
We'll
to talk
segue.
about?
Guys, get your voting hats on. If you haven't voted already, we're looking at you. We need votes for the first annual MMT Awards. And guess what? You might be thinking, oh, these pricks are going to give themselves awards. We're the new Oscars.
We are the new
We're the
Oscars.
new Oscars.
We're the new Oscars.
All
We're
inclusive. We
Yeah, I
have
was
a
gonna say,
female.
not so-
inclusive. All inclusive, baby. We are all, we're there. We've got
We haven't got
non-binary.
trophies. We haven't got any trophies to give out
No,
yet. We haven't
no,
got
no.
any physical awards.
Come on, it's only the first one.
It's only the
Stepping
first one.
stones.
Next year, we'll invite the actual people to come and accept their awards.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
And then the next one will be a live studio audience.
We'll have a red carpet at least
Yeah.
next 2 years' time.
Yeah. So, our awards. We're looking at the year in film, the year 2021 in film. We've compiled a list of nominees.
We are the Hollywood Foreign Press
We are-
Association. We're the
we
ones
are
who
the Hollywood-
we made the nominations. So
We did.
please come at us if you have disagreements.
I'll throw hands.
He will throw hands.
Um,
What are our categories, Alex?
All right. First up, we're a movie show. Best TV show of 2021. And our nominees are Ted Lasso, Only Murders in the Building, Squid Game, Invincible, and Cobra Kai.
I had so much trouble voting for
That was one of the hardest
That's-
categories that I'd voted for
Yeah.
as well. I forgot that Invincible came out this year.
Yeah. So that was hard. That was very hard to do. I'm the only one that knows the results at the moment.
You are.
Did you vote?
Yeah.
We all voted.
We all voted. You had to vote.
Okay, good.
All right, so next up, we have Best Attempt for the Oscar, or as we've labelled it, the Best Oscar Bait Movies. Which film really wants an Oscar? Which one do they, you can tell when making this, they really,
Really
want an Oscar. And our nominees are Don't Look Up, In the Heights, King Richard, June, and The French Dispatch.
Okay.
And then we had next up, we got Best Potential. Which films had the potential,
I liked this category a lot.
had all the elements to be great, but
Had us hyped from trailers and stuff.
had us hype, but something went wrong on the way. And our nominees are Dear Evan Hansen, Reminiscence, Mortal Kombat, Coming to America, and Halloween Kills. Yeah,
There's only one I'd argue with that one. I
Mortal Kombat.
wasn't disappointed by Mortal Kombat.
Neither was I. I didn't put it in there. Someone else put it in
Yeah.
there. So
That's
yeah.
fair. But it's
I
fair.
haven't seen it.
I'll give it to it, but it was definitely not a disappointment in my eyes, at least. But
Next up, we have You Tried, which are films that we all kind of just went, oh, God love them.
you could have had something.
So
They
different
tried.
to Best Potential.
Yeah,
These were just like,
you really felt like they really wanted to make a good film here.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it just didn't happen.
yeah.
And our nominees
Something
are
went wrong along the way.
also there's one nominee here I don't agree with, but we'll go on. That's what happens when you've got everyone doing it.
Yeah.
There's gonna be things that get in the way.
Yeah, we don't always agree with the nominations.
The nominees are Old, The Little Things, Black Widow, Army of the Dead, and Spiral from the Book of Saw.
I haven't seen a single one of these. I skipped it in the voting.
Ah,
because
you're the one who skipped it.
I skipped it. I haven't seen any
Survey
of them. I don't
Monkey
wanna
tells you who
skew-
skipped.
I
It is
can't
a skip.
skew. I don't want to skew the votes by making something biased. I haven't seen any of them, so I can't vote.
All right. Next up, So Bad It's Good.
You're not going to tell us which one you disagreed with?
Oh, Black Widow.
Oh, you didn't think they wanted to go out and make a good movie?
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
think
Marvel
Black Widow
doesn't do
tried.
shit, do
It's
they?
also a few years too late. It's not like a try.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And So Bad It's Good. The nominees are Fast 9, Free Guy, Space Jam: A New Legacy, Dear Evan Hansen, and Halloween Kills.
I did see we've had
some controversy.
We've had an argument with one of the.
We did a guest of the show, friend of the show. He was
Gabe?
not, and I agree. I tend to
I
agree,
agree.
with Gabe's criticism.
Free Guy was fun.
Free Guy was a good
I-
movie.
I also
liked
agree
Free.
with that, and I'm also on the very biased opinion of Fast 9 was fantastic. So
Oh, Fast 9's bad though.
I know-
It's bad.
I know.
And we also have So Good, It's Bad.
Which
this is the one that
confused us.
This and it's confused a lot. This is the most skipped question.
Okay. You can even see in the MMT group chat, I'd gone and just like pretend like I know everything and started filling in that one with my nominations. And Alex is like, Stephanie, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing with this?
You put something in there.
I put like the French Dispatch in there or something like
Yeah.
that. And because my friend had told me that their interpretation of the question was things that had done everything really competently.
Wait, someone
so
put
competently.
someone put A Quiet Place in Best Attempt for the Oscar, and that confused the shit out of me.
Maybe that was that me?
Anyway, So Good It's Bad. These are films that were so good it made us think about life. It made us go, oh.
it made,
Yeah,
it
so
made you
good
go,
that they
"Oh,
made you
shit."
feel really
It
bad.
made you go,
Yeah.
oh shit.
They made you go, oh shit. And the nominees are Don't Look Up, Bad Trip, Burning, Nitram, and 9 Days.
Yep.
All of which I have not seen.
You haven't seen a single one.
Did you skip it?
No.
Oh, but this is the problem with the system.
No, I just
Michael.
went on of what I've heard a few people say about things,
Here, up next.
and by the interpretation of the thing.
So all the other categories, we've had 5 for each. For performance, the performance categories and best picture, we upped it to 10. It's a lot to choose from, and we also combined
Really
Actor,
tricky.
all
actress,
genders
Yeah.
into one.
Arguably made the choice harder, but that's fairness, baby.
Yeah. And the nominees for best supporting performance are Josh Lawson, Mortal Kombat, Ben Affleck, The Last Duel, Oscar Isaac, June, Kirsten Dunst, The Power of the Dog, Olga Marindez, yeah,
there it
In the
is.
Heights, Alexandra Shipp, Tick Tick Boom, Robin DeJesus, or Jesus,
That's
There's-
Tick Tick
Jesus.
Boom, is that Jesus?
yeah.
Yeah, is it good? Kobe Smith McPhee, The Power of the Dog, Cillian Murphy or Killian, however you want to say it, A Quiet Place Part 2, and Rebecca Ferguson, June. I think it's a strong list there.
That is a
pretty
strong list. I had trouble picking my making my final choice of that one. But
Not gonna lie, we all had, or most of us had 2 each to put in there, and then once we kind of realized, shit, we're gonna get this out soon, we kind of had to rush.
Yeah.
some are more deserving than others. Then
I was
saying.
very much at work.
Josh Lawson and Ben Affleck were my 2 inclusions quickly in there.
Ben
I was
Affleck.
at work literally the entire time, and by the time I finished work, all the lists were filled. But I probably wouldn't have had anyone else to put in. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Never
Now
mind.
the big one.
Best performance.
Oh no, okay.
That was best supporting performance. And the nominees are Jodie Comer, The Last Duel, Benedict Cumberbatch, The Power of the Dog, Ray Fiennes, The Dig, Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah, Andrew Garfield, Tick Tick Boom, Timothy Chalamet, June, Adam Driver, The Last Duel, Melissa Barrera, In the Heights, Thomasin McKenzie, Last Night in Soho, and Will Smith, King Richard.
Strong list.
If
There was a
Tim-
couple. That I
Adam
had.
Driver, I almost argued to put him in best supporting.
It was tricky. I think I added him into best performance.
Mm.
I don't know. I would have put him and like Matt Damon at both as best performance. I feel like they shared
Yeah.
the role with Jodie Comer, like the three of them.
Jodie Comer was the only one. She was the standout in that film, though.
She was. Oh yeah, she was a standout.
Yeah, so it's a hard list to choose from. And from looking at the nominees, there was a favourite, and then it got absolutely smashed by a latecomer who just took off.
That makes me think that I am going to not be voting for the winner.
And for Best Picture, we have The Last Duel, June, The Mitchells versus the Machines, In the Heights, Tick Tick Boom, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Raya and the Last Dragon, A Quiet Place Part 2, The French Dispatch, and The Power of the Dog.
All right, that is quite the list.
Keep talking. I just want to check something on that
Don't have
camera.
me to- All right, if Timothée Chalamet wins, we need to get him on air. I don't care how we do it. I don't care what we have to spend.
I've seen the votes. It's not happening.
That's great.
I don't know.
Absolutely love it.
For goodness sake. Well, look, that's a shame, but I'll be happy for the winner. There were a lot of hard choices there. But like I said, Michael, I'm quite disappointed in you. Your credibility has been thrown out the window, if you ask me. You can't vote in a category where you haven't seen any of the films. Even if you'd seen one of them, I could understand you assuming, well, nothing is going to top this in my opinion. Fine. But you haven't seen any of them. You're
No.
completely going off other people's opinions.
Yep.
You have nothing to say in your defense?
No, not really. I just voted for what I interpreted and what I've heard, and from what I know the movie's about, that's probably the one I'm like, yeah, that will make me go, oh fuck, the most. So leave me alone. Stop coming at me, bro.
Temporarily. Well, I guess we should talk about that. Movies that made us go, oh shit. We did see one.
Actually, before you talk about that, I'll quickly jump in, then you guys can round off with that. I watched Tick Tick Boom the other night.
What did you think of it?
Fucking loved it.
Did
I
you?
gave it a 5 as well as Braden. Like, I was sat there the whole time with just like my eyes glued to the screen. I thought that obviously because a lot like the songs are from what he's already done.
Now, remind me, are you typically a fan of musicals?
I mean, I like music. I haven't really seen a lot,
Okay.
but I do quite enjoy them. You know, I'm a big connoisseur of High School Musical 1, 2, and 3.
That's right. How could I forget?
No, but
Oh, you like Mamma Mia?
I've seen them.
Boy, don't pretend on this show. This show's a safe space, Michael. You could talk about your love for Mamma Mia.
That's him. He just dragged me to go. He dragged me to watch number 2. Forced me to watch number 1, then dragged me to watch number 2.
Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
But no, I really enjoyed it. I thought the songs and like just the songs and they're just like really, I don't know, smart, interesting. Like I was laughing. It had me crying.
You cried.
Yeah, I don't typically cry. Like I don't like actually like full shed tears. Like I well up at movies, but I don't actually like shed tears and like sniffle and everything. And it had me sniffling and crying. And I was like, oh boy, oh hot damn, like
thank God it wasn't in a cinema, or else you'd be a bit of a mess.
no. I probably would have held it a bit more together if it was in a cinema, but it was just me and Gemma, so it was easy enough. And she wasn't looking at me; she was too busy looking at the screen.
Well, we love that. This makes me really want to watch the movie. I need to find time to see it.
I really thought Andrew, like he blew it because, like, obviously not really have seen him in much except for Amazing Spider-Man. He really blew me away with what he could do, and his act, like when he's just can actually just let out an act, and also he's singing. And I also was when like knowing Vanessa Hudgens was in the movie, thought she would have been a bigger part.
Not really.
Not really, and I was kind of like, you know what, fair enough.
That's okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Well,
That
I'm glad to
camera's
hear
got
that
a
you liked
temperature
it.
warning.
Yeah, I
on
know. I
it.
saw it before, and I'm like, I don't know what
I don't
to
know
do.
what it means either. That's why I moved the lights around a little
Yeah.
bit, just to get out of the lights.
But
Ooh.
That's interesting.
I
Because
definitely,
Michael's on the screen. Hot, hot, hot.
yeah, exactly. The sex appeal of the show.
We have said many times about the sex appeal of the show. Anyway, what else are we talking about?
I was just talking about how I really like Tick Tick Boom.
Tick Tick Boom's great. We love Tick Tick Boom.
I'm glad you liked it. I will try and watch
You
it before
also
the final show
watched
of the
the
year.
COVID special.
I did power through all 3 of them within like the 2.
What was your favourite?
Wait, 3 of them.
I watched the
Thursday, the second
Oh.
part comes out.
I watched
yeah.
the COVID, the vaccination,
Vaccination.
and
Okay, I
post.
see.
Post.
Post is so good.
I can't. As soon as as soon as the just Cartman's animation appeared on screen, I like audibly went out like, ha! Like it was just so like, because he like, just, and like how he's trying to not let his kids say "fuck you, Uncle Kyle," and then it's
Fuck
just,
you, Uncle Kyle.
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, it's just so. I don't even know how
So
to put
Cartman.
it. It's so Cartman, and I love how he's like playing off this really good. Like I know what you mean now. Like you sort of want him to be this good
I want
person,
him to- I
but then you
really-
also want this to be the biggest elaborate plan.
But Butters has to be Butters.
Yeah,
it
it
has to be.
definitely-
Hey, fellas.
Yeah.
You
Do you
can
think
put-
he'll be like that though?
Yes, they will do that.
Yeah.
Because that would be so funny.
Okay. I hope you're right.
But
Yeah.
like, I don't really like because I watched the first two specials one after another, kind of and blended because I was getting a bit tired and stuff. But I did quite enjoy. I love their mission to go to Build-A-Bear because
Yeah.
Butters is
Butters
like
just wants to go to Build-A-Bear.
he's struggling. But I just love the start, and it's just like
I love the second one where Mr. Garrison comes back and being president.
yeah,
Yes.
and they all just hate him.
They hate him.
Because you would.
You would. Oh yeah, you would. Speaking of presidents we hate, do
Yeah.
we have
Joe Biden.
is that a decent
Byron.
is that a decent segue? We've seen
Christ and Byron. It's stuck in my
stop
head.
being that so
We,
relevant.
we saw a new movie.
We did see a new movie. Don't look up.
Oh,
is
sorry.
what it was
I won't
called.
look up.
I wasn't sure if we can do that. Now we can't spoil this because Michael here, God love him, hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you happened to go on
That
the
may
one night I
change.
was
Might change in the next half an hour.
happened to be the one night that I wasn't
Oh.
free.
Yeah, so don't look up. It's the newest film from Adam McKay. It's the newest horror film from
Ensemble cast. to
Adam
say the least.
McKay. It's he's done things like Vice, Big Short,
Short.
recently, and then he's also responsible for Step Brothers, the other guy, and all of those
Didn't know that.
all those Will Ferrell comedies.
Okay.
So he's made some great comedies, and he's made some also great modern political
Like
films.
social commentaries
Yeah.
and just movies that have a message in them.
And this one, I'd say it's the most merging of the two.
It's the Venn
Yeah.
diagram of Adam McKay.
Yeah,
This is he's kept them separate until now.
yeah. This is because like Vice, you watch Vice, and Vice is not a comedy, but it's got comedic elements.
Yeah.
But it's a satire.
It's
And-
perfect satire.
Yeah, and it's terrifying.
It's
It's the best horror movie this year.
harrowing. It is. Yeah. It is a horror movie, isn't it?
Yep.
It's just nauseating. Like,
It's
and
not
that is
in the
not an
conventional
exaggeration.
way?
No, you'll be fine, Michael.
It's not an exaggeration. I felt sick after watching this, like sick to my stomach, just because of how, it's about a comet that's hurtling towards Earth
You got
and will
6 months.
destroy, 6
Yeah,
months
yeah.
and 14 days until the entire planet is obliterated.
And isn't it just people just don't give a shit? Isn't that the
It's
Not people.
no,
the
just
government.
the people
Oh,
that have
right,
the
okay.
power to do something.
Yeah.
So that's the real kind of thing that grounds it in reality. Everything is a metaphor for something else in this movie.
Yeah.
If
And
this film came out 10 years ago, you'd be like, this is wild, this is stupid,
Yeah.
ridiculous, so far-fetched. And you watch it now, and there's things that
Just
happen. There's one
chills.
certain scene that happens when they're about to do something, they're doing it, and then someone comes in with news, and then,
So this is Armageddon for the government that doesn't care.
except for they're not sending Bruce Willis to
And
space.
that's
well,
the
exactly,
thing.
because they don't care.
This is the thing that
There's no
made me just feel so sick. Like when you think about it yourself, like I mean, can we sort of say what the comet is a kind of a metaphor for?
It's an allegory for
global
climate change.
warming.
Yeah, I know
Or
because
climate
you said
change, right?
you said that in the chat.
Yeah.
when you
That's
went
what
to
it
ask,
is.
Yeah.
A lot of climate change.
Just when you think about
discussions.
this, like, yeah, we're dealing with a longer time span. We're talking 2030 or 2050 for climate change before we see irreversible damage. But the premise is people like us, we don't actually have any power. We
Yeah.
can't do anything. Our lives are in the hands
And it's crazy to
of
think that
people like
the
ScoMo.
the scientists don't have power.
The scientists don't
They
have power.
can say all they want.
The people with money have power. The people who have been who are elected have power
Are
as
backed
well.
by people with money.
Yes, and they are backed by people with money. It's so
It's
I mean,
like,
like the system is
it's like
fucked,
why
I know
guns
this,
will
but-
never be outlawed in America because the NRA.
Yeah, that's right. So I mean, it's things like that, and it made me. You just sit there and you think like, what would I do if I was given 6 months left to basically live? I have no say in this. Everyone that I love is going to be gone with me. I can't do anything. I cannot. I just have to sit and wait to see what the people in charge want to do about it. It's sickening.
Yeah.
And it's like, what would you do? What would you do with your time? Like everything is pointless.
Yeah.
Everything. Oh, I was
It's
mortified.
But with saying that,
Hilarious.
hilarious.
So funny.
It's
Laugh out loud funny.
It's like, it's yeah. You can't. I don't know how to
Meryl
explain.
Streep as the the most Trump-esque
President.
is the
And
funniest
her
thing.
son plays the biggest douchebag. Jonah
Her
Hill.
son is chief of staff at the White
Yeah,
House.
He just holds her handbag the whole film.
Yeah, the Hermes Birkin bag, which is like a $20,000 bag at least.
Meryl Streep is great. DiCaprio's amazing.
DiCaprio's fantastic.
There's a scene in the film that's not his character. It's just him
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which one? On the...
on the towards the end.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
network moment.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Absolutely.
mad
And
as
like I
hell and
said,
I'm not gonna
I've said
take-
this on the show before, this movie would be so personal to Leonardo DiCaprio. He's such a big environmentalist.
Yeah.
And there's clearly a reason why he has chosen to do this film and he's personally financed the film. And I really liked, was it you that said, thank God it's coming out to Netflix. It's going to get a super wide release. People are going to watch this.
More people are going to watch it because it's on Netflix.
People are going to watch it. And I'm
Definitely.
hoping that it gets to see, it is just the most relevant film. It's the film that we needed.
Well, I've been keen for this since you told us about it when Netflix did that big dump of trailers.
It was beginning of the year. It was
Yeah.
our first show of the year. Netflix just released this dump of like, here's what we have this year.
Yeah.
This
So I
was
remember-
the last thing to
Yeah.
come on there.
So ever since then, I've been interested in
It's
this.
the cast. The cast had everyone.
And also
that's
that, and
it.
I always like something to do with astronomy. It's always,
Matthew-
it will always tickle my fancy. But I did because obviously I knew you guys were going to see it, and I had basketball that night. And after watching something at home, the Netflix cards were playing, and the card for this popped up, and in the split second before it said coming New Year's Eve, I let out an audible "What the fuck?" I didn't think this was on here yet. And then it popped up with the thing, and I'm just like, oh.
Thought you
right.
cheated the system.
So I
That's not how it
felt
works.
very dumb for a moment because I was like, did I just miss this? I thought I searched it up. I thought it was on here. Did I miss this? And then it said coming Christmas Eve. I was like, oh, right. So
Now-
I was kind of just sunk back into my pillow. So I was like, right. okay.
Now,
What a great Christmas
Alex
movie
and
for the
I,
family.
Alex and I have both given it 5 out of 5. We're actually we're in the minority here. Most of the people that are reviewing the film don't like it.
Most of the reviewers from
The critics
not independent.
from media. Yeah, that's right. From
Not-
the media.
not independent
When you
reviewers.
watch this movie, you realize that it's satirizing and parodying and mocking essentially
media as well.
media, and it's mocking almost the entire right wing.
See the thing, it actually mocks both sides of the media. Like you got your
Your clickbaity BuzzFeed type.
clickbaiting BuzzFeed. You've got your places that you consider true news. Like they have the first place they go. Oh well, we're just dumping you because we don't believe you now.
Yeah. Are we allowed to say the names?
I think they're made for the movie. The
New York Herald.
yeah.
Is that not real?
It's in New York. I don't think it's real.
Oh no, probably
York
they're probably just
Times
thinking of the New York
is-
Yeah,
Times.
probably
anyway.
New York Times, the New
Anyway.
Yorker.
But yeah, it's parodying that type of thing.
Yeah, and then you get your talk shows. They get parodied.
So yeah, they're not really making fun of.
They're kind of making fun of both sides
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So
it's-
Chalamet is a late standout too. Like obviously he's had a big year. This is the best thing I've seen him in all year.
Oh, okay.
He carries so.
I like
much-
this more than Dune. So yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
he is like it's just even though his performance, I like his performance in this. Like he's so memorable.
It's very different to classic Timothy.
yeah.
It's very
he's
different.
he's so good. He play. I don't want to get too much into
I
it,
mean,
but
we've seen the pictures of him. He looks like
Yeah.
a homeless man.
I didn't expect him to be in it as much as he was. I thought it was just going to be one scene, but he pops up towards the third act and he's in it for the rest of it.
Yeah. That's right. He's like,
And he's like a
pivotal
big
to the
part.
film. Yeah. So he's great. Meryl Streep and Jonah Hill were my two favorites. Oh, and Mark Rylance.
Mark
as-
Rylance is my favorite.
as Peter
He-
Ishmael.
Peter
Peter Ishmael, who is
C-
the CEO and founder of Bash.
of
sorry.
Bash, he's basically Steve Jobs.
Yeah,
okay.
he's Steve Jobs. He's Zuckerberg.
Yeah, he's all of the worst. He's what did he say? He's the guy that he's the third richest man ever. He found some Bible and then lost it.
Yeah, he bought the Gutenberg Bible and then he lost it. And then it's just like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It
I'm very
satirizes
excited
so
to see
well.
this.
It doesn't go over. And like I said, we are in the minority for the reviews. But when you think about the subject matter, when you think about who it's parodying, it's no surprise that this is why it's being slammed in the media.
How long
and-
have we been going for? 40.
44.
44. I watched King Richard. King Richard was very entertaining. It's the story of
Isn't it Serena?
Serena and Venus's dad.
Yep.
Played what?
I was just going to say everyone got to go see that.
Oh, everyone go see Don't Look Up.
Really
please.
important that you do.
So King Richard, starring Will Smith and John Bernthal.
What do you think?
Really enjoyed this one. I think I gave it 4 out of 5. Very good film. Very interesting because you've never really heard much
Of
about
their
him.
story.
He had his daughters' lives and careers mapped out from when they were born.
Wish my parents did that for me.
And he pushes them and it's not just his 2 daughters. It's they got 5 kids, and they're all none of them are global tennis stars, but the rest are doctors, lawyers. Like they're all.
Must be nice.
He pushes them all.
Yeah.
But he's had this map for the 2 greatest tennis stars ever. And interestingly, I think we all think that Serena is the best out of the 2. This film focuses a lot on Venus out of the 2 because she was the one to first get into the pro circuit. And basically, there's a scene where they're like, we can only train one of your daughters because they're poor. They're from Compton. And
Really?
he pushes them and he fits his foot through the door to get a pro to train him. And he goes, I can only train one of them. And so he's like, it's Venus. You're training Venus. And then what they did is he filmed all the sessions, and what they taught Venus, they put it onto Serena as well.
Yeah.
So he's fantastic.
Yeah, I was about to
in the
say,
film.
a lot, like what I've heard so far is his performance.
He's amazing.
Do you reckon it's one of his best?
It's his best.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah. It's his best performance. He's probably a shoo-in for the Oscar. That I think I like.
love
and
biopics.
It's like the thing where it's like Andrew Garfield's who I want to win, but I'm not going to be bad if Will Smith wins.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I think it's just like one of those classic. It's based on a true story. It's easy to watch. It's like an inspirational one in that. So it's just a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of fun, but it's just very I found it very watchable, and my sister and my dad enjoyed it too.
Streaming or is it cinema? Sorry, did I miss what it was being released on?
I found it on the street. I just found a copy of it and I went,
acquired
no,
it.
That's lucky.
I acquired it. Maybe in a HBO Max release in America. It doesn't come out to January 22nd here.
Oh,
We're coming up to the Oscar times where they're all fucking come out in
yeah,
America.
that's not fair. You know what? They get what they do.
Like The Father here came out in March last year. Fucking what's this?
Yeah.
Yeah, not fair. Well,
I think that's.
Is that it? Did we do it?
We
Oh my
did
God,
it.
we did.
we did it
did
with
it.
3 of us. Proud of us.
Look at us go.
Look at us.
Everyone go vote in the
We
MMT
did it.
Awards.
Go vote in the MMT Awards, please. For
Do
the
it.
love of God. If you have not voted, please go vote. Every vote counts.
We're going to make little Timothy Chalamet badges.
You can,
gonna
but
be
it's
like
not going to do
No.
much.
I'm going to...
Because I will go and vote on this thing 100 separate times.
Oh, we
just
know
so
you've got no
Timothy-
self-respect clearly after this episode.
And also, Survey
yeah.
Monkey, fix your shit. I don't have to keep capping out at 40 and making more.
$159
That's so
to view more than...
ridiculous.
If it was like 15 a month, I would have just done it and
Oh,
then
yeah,
cancelled after a month.
Yeah. Anyway,
But 159,
that is obscene.
that's stupid.
So, anyway,
So go vote, please.
watch Don't Look Up.
We really want to hear what everyone thinks. We want to get. You don't have to listen to the show. Share it. Get people you know who like film.
We'll make
Just to do
timestamp.
it.
Can we... Brayden?
Right, and cut this and make it its own little thing.
Make
Put it-
timestamps
Just do a
and
little
like so for the
video
winners
about
and stuff.
talking about the nominees. Make
Yeah,
that a little video.
Make
Chuck
that little thing.
somewhere.
Just go vote for them. Like I said, we don't care if you listen to the show. We just want to get as many. We want the data. We want to get as many people to.
We
vote
want to
on
know
it.
what the people think.
We want the people. This is not the Oscars.
Yeah.
I swear we're not the government.
We're
Just
the,
wanting your
we're the
information.
MTV Movies Awards, guys. We're fun. We're hip. We're like the Oscars' younger cousin that no one cares about.
Yeah. Second cousin twice removed.
Yeah,
Yeah, something like that.
This is fun.
Very out there in the family.
People think. We're the only people who put Josh Lawson for Best Supporting Actor. We're great. We're great. We love us.
We do.
What's all the other
Go
stuff
see
we
Don't
say
Look
at the
Up.
end?
Go watch
Yeah, go
us.
see Don't Look Up.
Patreons.
Yeah. Jai Perry.
We love you,
love
Jai Perry. We love you, Jai Perry. If you're a Patreon, keep on Patreoning.
This part's a bit of a shambles.
It's part of the shambles, but
Yeah.
if you support the show, we really appreciate it.
We do.
You can, for $1 a month, you get a lot of shit like a pre-show we didn't do this week. When we give you 20-minute pre-shows every week, we can
We
take.
can give you a false intro. Can we give them a false
We can
intro?
give you a false intro that's not recorded on there, but it's recorded in the cameras.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Go check us
and
out in all the
all the
our
socials.
podcast
You know what it is.
YouTube, Spotify,
Twitch,
iTunes,
blah,
and then
blah,
whichever
Twitch.
other weird one you decide to listen
Yes.
to us on.
TikTok,
Just do
Tinder.
it. We're on TikTok,
Tinder. Can we make an MMT Tinder?
Yo, we should. It's just like all of us.
Which you gotta pick which one.
No, we'll all be that, and people be so confused. Like, why am I dating 5 people now?
Come on, package
We love
deal.
Blah blah. Anyway, thank
you.
you for listening to episode 136 of Millennial Movie Talk. I have been one of your hosts, Alex, joined by. We don't do this normally,
No,
I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
and we're out of here.